Hello, vinyl community and turntable fans, and maybe some Audio Technica fans as well. I wanted to do a follow up video to the piece I did a few months back, and it's actually received quite a few hits and some comments, which are great. Some which were nice, and some which weren't so nice, but I'm doing this one by way of follow up. I've kept all the tweaks and all the modifications, if you can even call them that, to this Audio Technica AT-LP120 USB. But I've discovered one recently that really has changed my game, and it's another non invasive tweak. You can't even call it a modification. It's a I would say it's a changeable enhancement, and I'm not going to take this turntable apart. Honestly, the videos and the results I've seen from people who rip out the Audio Technica preamp out of this machine, it just doesn't seem to make that great of a difference. It really doesn't. And I'm pretty good with reading circuits and understanding circuit patterns and circuit flow. Basically, what folks are trying to do when they rip out that preamp is take some capacitors out of the signal path. There's a lot of people on YouTube who take vintage gear and just start ripping out capacitors and changing them. And honestly, a lot of it makes absolutely no sense. I don't think you should rip things out when it's not going to make that big of a difference. It really is not. Some capacitors fail. That's what happened with my Onkyo receiver, which a gentleman here on YouTube was able to repair for me and did a fantastic job, and no more problems with the receiver. But when it comes to this turntable, I'm just not going to do any cannibalizing or ripping apart. It's just not worth it. But I want to show you guys a little technique here that I think is worth it, and I'll show you how I discovered it. So these are rubber washers. Some people call them O-rings. These particular ones are made out of neoprene. And I had been reading on YouTube that some guys will take 5 of these, put them on the end near the counterweight, 2 of them, and then put 1 in the middle where the S forms its bend, and then 1 near the cartridge. So I started out with these. I thought they'd be okay. They are a little big, but honest to gosh, I played some vinyl. The theory behind this is that the Tonearm will become less resonant. I played some thrift shop vinyl, stuff that was just scratched to all get up. And the whole thing about cleaning vinyl and deep cleaning, that's another issue. But this really, really works. One of the complaints about this Tonearm right here is that it's very resonant. Some people try to compensate for that and use a conical stylus, which does work to some degree, but you don't really want to be, a conical is not the first choice for a lot of people. I don't think I would play all my vinyl using a conical stylus, and I do have them, and I have cartridges for them, but honestly, this allows you to use your elliptical and really get a lot of good enjoyment out of the turntable. So next I want to show you what I got, and we're going to give this a try. So I had a gentleman on the Audio Karma website tell me that this was the size I wanted to get. He gave me these dimensions. Unfortunately, he didn't give me the specification. And you find this a lot on YouTube. People will, I think some people want to send you fishing looking for stuff. Had he said that I needed a Danco number 83 O-ring package, I would have gone right down to Home Depot and picked these up. But these are sold at Home Depot. At mine, they were in aisle 23, bay 3. And believe it or not, I found them. You know, if you've shopped at Home Depot, you know that finding anything is absolute torture. But I found these. They look a little smaller, but these are, I believe these are rubber instead of neoprene, so they should be more flexible. We're going to try to get them over that Tonearm and give this thing a spin. Okay, so I got these suckers on. At least I got the first two up over this collar. I can tell you that it's a tight fit, but these do slip over the collar, the receptacle for the cartridge, and I was able to get them up and over and then down to the end. And you can see here I've got the first two on. Not many people on the internet tell you, they'll say, oh, just put 5 washers on the Tonearm and you're all set. And they don't tell you where. And the gentleman on Audio Karma was the first one who told me where to put them. So we've got the first two on, and I'll stop the video here and show you how it looks. Okay, so they're on, all 5 of them, and you can see we've got the 2 down at the counterweight end, 1 in the middle, just after the S-bend, about halfway of the length of the Tonearm, and then 2 here at the receptacle where the cartridge plugs in. It really shouldn't be any harder than that, and I know that a lot of people are going to try to over-engineer this and do all kinds of measurements and weights. I can tell you this, that after you do this, I would strongly recommend that you rebalance and check your counterweight and your vertical tracking force at 2 grams, and I'm going to show you how I do that next. Okay, this is my cheap but effective Chinese-made digital tracking force gauge. We're going to rebalance this thing. And one thing that I found is that the counterweight that comes with the Audio Technica, I'm using the heavy-duty premium heavy counterweight that's purchased as an optional. I think I paid 20 or 30 bucks for it, but highly recommended if you're going to use this tweak. Also highly recommended if you want better tracking out of this turntable. But this guy here showed me that the counterweight is off probably by about half a gram. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I'm going to get it as close to 2 grams as possible. Okay, so close enough. We're 4/100ths of a gram away from 2 grams. I'm sure some people will tell me, well, you need to get it exactly at 2 grams, but close enough. One good benefit of doing this, and I noticed before when I had the larger O-rings on, these little guys are about half of a gram lighter, so we're as close enough to 2 grams as possible, and I'm going to give this thing a spin and hopefully not light up the YouTube copyright police. I doubt I'll even play any music, but I'm going to give this thing a listen. I would have to call this a resounding success and a less resonant success. What I'm playing here is Choice, the best of the Ramsey Lewis trio. It's an original monophonic recording on the Cadet label. I'm not going to turn it up, and I'm going to torture and tantalize the YouTube police. Sorry, guys, you didn't get me this time, and you're not going to hear a single note of this recording, but I've been listening to it, and it sounds fantastic. Um, you know, a lot of people said that I was telling people not to clean their vinyl, and that is simply not the case. I do clean my vinyl, but I don't go crazy with it. I use a simple formula of distilled water, 91% alcohol, and a few drops of dishwash detergent, and a simple dishwasher brush. And for me, it seems to work. I'm not saying this technique is going to eliminate cracks and pops, but you're going to be able to hear your music better, and you're going to hear it over the noise of the vinyl. You're going to hear less clicks, cracks, and pops, and you're just going to get more enjoyment out of this machine. That pack of 10 O-rings cost me a couple of bucks. I think it was $2 and change. So, you know, what do you have to lose? It works for the Audio Technica. Maybe it works for other turntables that have a tone arm that's more on the resonant side. This is kind of a neat way to tune it. I'm not going to fiddle with these. I'm sure some folks play with the volume and the volume of O-rings and where they place them, but this really seems to do the trick. So give it a try, and hope you enjoy your vinyl. Okay, so close enough. We're 4/100ths of a gram away from 2 grams. I'm sure some people will tell me, well, you need to get it exactly at 2 grams, but close enough. One good benefit of doing this, and I noticed before when I had the larger O-rings on, these little guys are about half of a gram lighter, so we're as close enough to 2 grams as possible, and I'm going to give this thing a spin and hopefully not light up the YouTube copyright police. I doubt I'll even play any music, but I'm going to give this thing a listen. An additional benefit of this modification or tweak is that the Tonearm itself, out of the box, is known for ringing and producing a lot of stray sounds. And I can tell you for a fact with this O-ring tweak, you're not going to run into that problem. And honest to gosh, it really works. This really, really works.